Good day, everybody. I hope you had a great Sunday, as I did. Church in the morning, and my my grandma's sister came down with her grandkids. My mom's cousin's kids that haven't been down in quite a while. We've been living up in Georgia, but they came down to visit. So they were over here for a little while. Then I left. And I met up with someone who drove me down the rest of the way to downtown Disney, where a bunch of us from the drive hung out. We saw Jurassic World, which was a really good movie. And then we just hung out, walked around downtown Disney. We ate at a sandwich shop called the Earl of Sandwich. I had a turkey holiday sandwich, something like that. It had turkey, it had dressing, it had cranberry sauce in it. So it was a little bit messy, but it was good. I liked it. It was a weird sandwich to have, but like I said, it was pretty good. So we just hung out for a while and got a ride back to my car and came home. So that's the nutshell version. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Jurassic World. Really cool movie. I'll try not to get into any spoilers. There were two returning original cast members in the movie, and one had a much larger role than they seemed to have in the original movie, and the other had I guess a slightly smaller role, but the role was seemingly pretty different in context. So I'll just leave that at that. So the premise was 20 years after trying to open the park. They successfully opened the park. It's been open for a while. People are getting bored. Not necessarily bored, but the excitement isn't where it used to be because the idea of dinosaurs is no longer new. And so they're trying to up the excitement, so they create a new dinosaur. A dinosaur that combines. It's big. It's supposed to be bigger than a T-Rex. It's a little bit bigger. Really smart. Learns, adapts. It has DNA from a tree frog that makes it so that it can change its body temperature. It has DNA from a cuttlefish to make it so it can change its color. It's really cool to see in action. And it figures stuff out. It sets traps. It does all sorts of crazy things in this movie. There's one scene it was being chased by a helicopter after it escaped and got out and was causing lots of havoc. They tried to put it down, to put it to sleep, but that the attempt did not go successfully. So they realize what they got to deal with. So what they got to do. So they get this big machine gun hooked up to the helicopter, and they're flying over, shooting it, and the thing's running away because it's getting shot, and it knows better. But in its move, and what it does is it runs to the dome that houses the pterodactyls. It just runs straight through. It knows what's in there. It knows what's going to happen. And it just runs straight through the glass wall. And goes down into there. And of course they keep shooting, so they leave a big swath in the side of the dome. And the pterodactyls come flying out. And they crash. Several of them crash into the helicopter, causing it to go down. So the Indominus Rex took down a helicopter by using pterodactyls as a weapon. And so it's pretty cool what happens. Chris Pratt's character is a raptor trainer. What he does is he interacts with them to a point where they respect him. He respects them. He doesn't fear them because he knows that they can tell that's happening. So he has to be the alpha. He has to be the one that's dominant. And he is, there's a beta, was what he calls it, a secondary one of the raptors. There are 4 raptors. It's like Delta, um, it was another Greek letter, I think. Um, and Darla was one of them, I think, or something else out of the D. And then Blue was his beta, the one that listened to him, the one he made the real connection with, and then the others listened to Blue. And it's really cool to see that interaction, and something happens along the way that threatens that bond that they have, but then somehow he breaks through and makes that connection even stronger, to the point where the Raptors are willing to go up against the Indominus Rex for him, because they see what he's willing to do for them. And then what's really cool is when things seem hopeless and you think it's about to end badly, they throw a swerve in there. And when you realize it's happening, it's just like, yes, that is going to be awesome. And then when it happens, it's a little weird, because it doesn't seem to make very much sense. But then it happens. Everything that goes down, and there's another stretch, I thought, at what wound up ultimately bringing down the Indominus Rex seemed kind of a stretch. And then what happened right afterwards didn't make any sense to me. But it happened. So there were some parts where, I mean, we're talking dinosaurs, so obviously you have to suspend your disbelief. But there were some parts where it became really difficult too near the end to just suspend your disbelief. It was crazy. But all in all, a good movie. They didn't really set up for a sequel, so that's good. But I guess there's always room for it. And at the end, they had a really cool shot. A really cool shot of something. Again, that's me trying to stay out of spoiler territory. But it was a good movie. I highly recommend it. So go check it out. It's worth it. Definitely. So yeah. I guess I will call it a vlog here. So, from myself and my friends over there in the pictures, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight, and I'll see you tomorrow.